Pythagoras is one of the most famous names in history, one of the hardest to see clearly. Not because he wasn't real, he was, but because he left no surviving writings, and most detailed stories about him were written long after his death. So with Pythagoras, the truth comes in layers: history, tradition, and then the shimmer of myth. And in the middle of it all is a haunting idea that the universe itself might be built on harmony, not metaphorically, but mathematically. Pythagoras was born on the island of Samos around the late 6th century BCE. Later, he travelled and eventually settled in Croton in southern Italy, where he founded a community, part school, part brotherhood, part spiritual order. They lived with strict rules. They practiced discipline. They guarded teachings through secrecy. And they believed life wasn't random, that the soul had a journey, and that the universe had an underlying design. Imagine what that kind of life would feel like. A man leaving his home, gathering followers, asking them to live differently, to accept hardship, restraint, and mystery, because he believed reality had a hidden structure. Pythagoras wasn't just interested in numbers as tools, he treated numbers like truth. One of the strongest traditions linked to Pythagoras is the discovery that musical harmony can be expressed in simple ratios. The story goes that he noticed how different tones relate to measurable proportions, later associated with the monochord, a single-stringed instrument used to explore pitch. The core idea is this: an octave corresponds to a 2-to-1 ratio, a perfect fifth corresponds to 3-to-2, a perfect fourth corresponds to 4-to-3. Whether Pythagoras discovered this personally is debated. These findings may reflect broader Pythagorean work over time, but the concept itself became a cornerstone. Sound obeys number. And then comes the leap, the one that gives this story its name. If harmony exists in music, and harmony exists in number, what if the cosmos is also arranged by number? This became known as the music of the spheres. The idea that celestial bodies move according to mathematical relationships, so precise that they form a kind of hidden music. Not music you hear with ears, music you sense through pattern. It's important to keep the facts fixed here. We can't prove Pythagoras taught this idea exactly as later writers describe it. Some of the most famous wording and development comes through later philosophers and later traditions. That the Pythagorean worldview, that reality is structured through number, proportion and harmony, is historically central to what his movement became. And that's the enduring question. Did Pythagoras uncover something profound about the universe? Or did he create a language so beautiful that it feels like truth? Because even now, modern science still speaks in the same direction. Orbits, frequencies, waves, ratios, resonance. Different tools, different proof, but the same intuition. That beneath chaos, there might be a pattern. When mathematics and mystery point toward the same horizon, what do you trust more? The evidence we have, or the patterns we keep finding? Pythagoras may not be a single clear voice in history. He may be seen through a veil, part man, part movement, part myth. But the idea that made him immortal still echoes. That the universe is not only something we live inside, it may be something we can, slowly, learn to hear.